Kostabi Show is a game show where celebrities compete to title Kostabi paintings for cash awards. And tonight's contestants are the great painter and curator, Walter Robinson. And a great musician, excellent bass player. Has been in a number of bands, at least two. I can name two. One, the current one, is called the Philistines, and before that, he was the original bass player for the Sex Pistols, Glen Matlock. And then we have the great...
I weren't a Sex Pistols
yeah,
song, was it?
Weren't you in the Sex Pistols?
Yeah, I was, but I thought he was playing our theme tune, but it was a bit kind of wonky.
It was too wonky. We'll dare him to enter Sex Pistols area later.
Piano's not really that good with Sex Pistols.
Well, no.
Well, that brings us...
Muzak versions of their stuff.
Yeah, there's Muzak version. We're going to deal with this. But first, we have to introduce this great curator, writer, and editor of Paper Magazine, CARLO McCORMICK. Yeah. Obviously, we overlap music here, too. We have the great pianist Rob Schwimmer here. And when he's not performing here on the Kostabi Show, he plays with Simon and Garfunkel regularly on tour and stuff as their organist and theremin player. Now, for $20, the first question, the music history bonus question, who composed the main principal melody of his introductory song?
You did.
What?
Mark Kostabi.
Who said that? Who said Ornette Coleman? Louis Fleck. Ornette Coleman is the answer. Now,
I could have. I was a joke.
Ornette Coleman. That was Lonely Woman by Ornette Coleman, the Schwimmer version. Glen Matlock thought it was a Sex Pistols song.
But a little wonky for a Sex Pistols song, yeah, wonky.
No, it was free jazz, Glenn.
$5.
Okay. $5. Now, let's get on to the visual art part of this TV show. Here's a painting that needs a title. Music plays a role. There's dance going on here, right?
Mark,
yes.
I have two titles, but the first one's really, I'm going to propose, is just almost like a song request from Rob, which is often what I do. So the first title will be Dance Like an Egyptian.
That's the obvious.
Oh, is it walk? Oh, there we go.
Let's dance.
Okay, my other title, which I'm much more fond of, is Far Away But So Close.
Oh, that's good.
Brilliant. Glen Matlock, what are your titles?
Obviously in the desert. We all know that Egypt's where the desert is, and I just come up with Sand Dance.
Sand Dance. Yeah. Sand Dance. And Walter Robinson, your title is?
Can I make a New York reference?
I don't know why, but you might as well try.
I call it Pyramid Club.
Pyramid Club.
Good.
All right. It has become a New York reference. Can I buy Pyramid Club by Walter Robinson? Simon was there. I think I'll buy $20 for Walter Robinson. Thank you. Okay. Pyramid Club it is.
Far Away But So Close.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was so good.
Last week we had a few paintings based on this puzzling theme, this metaphysical encounter. Gold, there's love, look at the heart, love. Heidi claims love doesn't exist, right Heidi?
No love.
Okay, I got another song title request. No, I think it's a good title.
What's
A
your good
Piece
title?
of My Heart.
A Piece of My Heart.
Yes.
He took the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to have to reconvene with myself.
You can
See, but usually when I do that, Mark says it's too obvious.
No, I love it.
Okay, okay.
I love it. But you're probably right about my usualness. And
well, actually, I'm going to go on that thing. I'm just going to say, take it.
Take it?
Take a piece of my heart.
Take a piece of my heart. Okay, well,
just take it.
Your title?
I bow to Carlo. I bow to Carlo's, awesomeness.
Walter Robinson is
He's
bowing.
He's deferring. This is
to
part of the
Carlo's awesomeness.
Fab Five.
Yes.
Awesomeness.
Okay. Carlo, could you repeat your awesomeness?
A Piece of My Heart.
A Piece of My Heart. Is that worth $20? Possibly, probably. Glenn, your best title is?
Well, just take it.
Take It?
Take
It
It.
by Glen Matlock. And the money goes... Money goes to Carlo McCormick. Thank you, Carlo.
And thank you, Rob. Clap.
Okay.
So you got an applause.
Now let's talk. Here is a drawing that deals with rain and Darfur. This is a map of Darfur. This is Sudan. Here's the mirror image. Actually, this is the mirror image. No, it's both the right image. And this is about the suffering that's going on over there. Like,
Are they having a drought, right?
they got a lot of problems.
I mean, they have a lot of problems. They have a drought as well,
more
right?
than everything, more than anything, a spiritual drought, especially among the politicians up north that are making the people down south
Right,
suffer. And there's like hope and suffering here, and there's a lot of rain, but the rain is self-contained. And this is part of my ongoing series of artworks that deal with the problems in Darfur, which we're all trying to help them solve.
Can I for analysis?
What?
Can I for analysis?
Yes, please offer analysis, Charles
Well,
Coleman.
the one person that's having all the rain is the one that doesn't need it.
Correct. Or she's creating her own rain with something that she thinks is going to prevent her from feeling the rain. So, any titles?
Well, it just comes to my head. It never rains, it pours.
It never rains, it pours.
Yeah.
That's good. Carlo, your title is? We'll come back
I'm
to you,
working
Carlo.
on it.
Walter, Carlo's working on it. You're writing too. You guys must be writers.
I'm doodling.
He's an artist.
He's an artist. Okay, Walter.
What would you call that? I would call that the wrong side of something. I was going to say the wrong side of the umbrella, but that's not somber enough.
No. Carlo, do we have anything at this
Yeah.
Wrong side of
I had to
memory.
work on it for a bit. I'd
The
like
wrong
to call
side of history.
the poverty of excess.
The poverty in
No,
excess.
no, the poverty of excess. Like
Poverty
the too
of
much
excess.
is also
Yeah,
kind of
that's
too much.
astute.
Yeah.
Let's start with yours, Carlo. Your title is?
The poverty of excess.
The poverty of excess. Is that worth $20?
Not
Maybe
likely.
not. And It Never Rains, It Pours by Glen Matlock. Is that worth $20? Quite
More
possibly.
likely.
And Walter, your best title is?
The wrong side of tragedy.
The Wrong Side of
History.
Tragedy by Walter Robinson. No. It Never Rains, It Pours. Thank you, Glen Matlock. Okay. Now, speaking of beautiful, extremely beautiful people.
Oh, I'll take my glasses off for that.
Okay,
Nice one.
this is Rihanna, surrounded by her many, many, many admirers and turquoise butterflies.
What's that song she sings? She like writhes on the ground while she sings it.
She rides. That's the
We
word.
found love in what kind of place did they find love in?
On the ground.
They found love on the ground. Thank you.
In a lonely place? Hopeless. And she writhes on the ground while she
remember
sings
that one.
it.
Man,
That was during the Grammys.
what's going on around her arm?
What's what? What's
That's
what?
a
That's
tattoo?
seaweed.
Oh,
Seaweed? Is that a snake?
That's her little pistol tattoo.
No, what's that on her arm?
on the arm climbing up there.
Oh, isn't it hair? No, what's that, Miguel? Seaweed!
Seaweed.
Seaweed!
That's what I said.
Of course. How silly of me.
The guy
Oh,
who
that's
hit
good.
her.
Okay, what is it, Louis?
The hot spot.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, right?
Oh, how about this? Pretty
Yeah.
in pink.
Pretty
like
pink. But that's Rihanna, not Pink.
I like it. Hot spot.
The hot spot.
Hot
Can I
spot's
buy?
good.
Buy Louis Fleck, the hot spot for $20.
Buy hot
Yes,
spot.
$20
and
for
get
Louis
that.
Fleck. Thank you, Louis. Louis Fleck is one of my favorite people. He's there behind the camera. He should be up here, but he's back there. What should we call this? Drawing of a very hot girl with very high heels. She's fired up and ready to go, wouldn't you say?
Clearly in control.
Yeah.
She's playing with her split ends, for God's sakes.
She's playing with her split ends for God's sake, said Walter Robinson.
Well, I think she's musing on something.
She's musing on something. And
You gotta
maybe
love a girl
she's
who wears
considering which
pumps
empire she'll conquer
and
next.
nothing else.
You know how women tend to take down 5-star
Oh,
generals
well, in
these
that
days?
case, why don't we call it She Stoops to Conquer?
Yes. Can I buy She Stoops to Conquer? Is it $20 or $40? Can I buy it? $40. $40, $40. Genius, absolute genius. Absolute genius. Yes. Now this painting, and it is full of gold leaf and enigmas and.
It's a 3D heart.
What?
It's a 3D heart.
Yeah, 3D.
It's a 3D heart, yeah.
The
It's
gilding, it's all
there's
nice.
gilding, there's connection in the brain area. You love it. Charles can explain exactly why he loves it.
I love
if
it
he loves
because they are together regardless of the imperfection of love surrounding them.
Oh, yes. Okay, what do we have?
A heart condition,
A heart condition.
which is what
Great.
love is.
It's fabulous. Everyone loves it. Glenn, do you have
Just because of the 3D heart, I got through thick and thin.
through thick and thin. And Walter, you're Googling for help, right?
No, I'm reading my email. I would call it cardiac arrest.
Cardiac arrest. Brilliant. Sure, great titles. Okay, let's vote on Carlo's first. Could you repeat that, Carlo?
A heart condition.
A Heart Condition by CARLO McCormick.
That's
Is that worth 20?
irresistible.
40 it is. $40. Thank you. $40.
Irresistible.
Okay.
I like these
Put that
drawings.
one away.
Comparing the drawings to the paint.
So this is a drawing that also deals with Darfur. You see, it's two people toasting. Or it could be the same person looking into her.
Is that the deliberate face on the right there in the map?
Well, this is Sudan with a deliberate face here, and that's Darfur in flames. And this is someone who's toasting to herself, to her mirror image, while trouble continues over there in the middle of Africa. And they're in a kind of misty environment. This is the Turner part.
I've
Walter.
got one.
Just like Turner, you know, the atmospheric stuff. Yes,
I've
Lisa.
got one that works in Italian and possibly in English. In Italian, c'è chi c'ha. There are those that have. Those that have.
Ket
C'è
chia.
chi c'ha.
Nice.
C'è-
Better in Italian.
C'è chi
C'è
c'ha.
chi.
C'è
Che-
chi c'ha.
C'è
Grazie.
chi cha.
There are those
C'è-
that have.
There are those that have.
Those that have.
Those that have.
We didn't like.
Good, Lisa.
Thank you.
C'è chi
C'è
cha.
chi c'ha. Those that have.
Why don't you vote on that one right away?
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
see if
vote
that's
for that
good.
one.
It might be a
C'è
winner.
chi cha.
Might not be, but
But those that have in English.
Those that have in English. Can I buy it for $20? Yes, $20 too. No, 40, 40, 40. 40, Lisa. Everyone loved it. $40. The Enigma theme continues. This time we have Stonehenge.
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 So what happens at Stonehenge?
Stonehenge.
I was at that rave.
Carlo was at that rave. One at
Exactly.
Stonehenge.
I am kind of half Gnostic. I'm so old.
Well, what happens at Stonehenge? It's to celebrate the summer solstice, isn't it? That's the whole idea of it. They have the rave at the summer solstice. And that's where the Druids congregate.
Yeah. That's Gnostic.
So what do we get out of that?
Good analysis.
Yeah.
It's
Good
also on the way
analysis
to the
by
Fleet
Glen
Airline.
Matlock.
I had one.
What is yours?
Love of the Ancients.
Love of?
The Ancients.
Love of the
I
Ancients.
got one. Just
What's
real
yours,
simple.
Glenn?
Equinox.
Equinox. Can I buy Equinox by Glen Matlock for $20? Yes, $20 to Glen Matlock. Thank you. Equinox. Equinox.
If that one didn't go to the Brit, it would have been pretty
Yeah, I went-
embarrassing.
It went to the Bret. We have a Bret in the room. It's true. We have a very mixed. We have a multicultural
Italians,
group here.
English.
We have people from all over the place in this room. Okay, so we have another woman who is pondering herself, a little ode to vanity, as you might say, with a metaphysical background, a little still life on the table.
What's that in her hand?
Say that again?
What's she got in her hand?
What?
What is that in her hand?
Oh, thank you. That is, a badly painted hand, so it looks like she's holding an olive. This one.
Yeah.
It's her finger. Did I screw that up?
Is that a finger? No, she's holding something, surely.
Maybe she's holding her invisible soul.
Oh.
No, it's just
How
the way the
about
fingers
maybe
curl
she's
around.
holding
Yeah,
her
it's just the
invisible
way
The way
soul?
the fingers, that one finger's curled
But
around.
Glen
the
may
other.
be seeing things.
Yes, you know, it's possible.
Looks like she's
You've
holding a
done that
radish.
before, Carlo, right?
I do. I don't even need art to make me see things.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, right. We won't go there, right? We've already done that. Look at that. White
There we go.
stuff on the back. And what do you think, Gas? Wild, do you like this painting?
I do.
Why do you love this painting so much?
Because it's one of your better ones.
Because it's one of my better ones. Thank you, Gas. Walter, do you have time? Having heard Gas's commentary, he said it's one of my better ones.
You know, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, and therefore the title is?
And vanity is a form of pride, but we don't think of vanity as a sin really anymore.
Oh, that's a good one. Vanity is not a sin.
Anymore.
Yeah. We don't believe that in the art. We do believe that in the art world, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we believe anymore in the art world. We believe in weather now.
I'd call
Yeah,
it.
we
I'd
believe
call
in
it.
weather.
We believe in climate change.
I'd call it white magic.
White magic. Okay, wait. I have to interrupt the show to ask you a quick question. Are you familiar with Flipside magazine?
I've heard of it.
course.
I don't know it that well. Why?
It's an old punk
Because
magazine that's
we had
full
a
of
debate
itself.
about that this morning.
Right.
Because I was
Bunch of
wondering
haters.
if you'd heard of it before. Because last night you met Fred Tomaselli, and I introduced him to you.
Oh, the guy, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
he's a nice
right.
guy.
artist.
He's a good friend of Carlos
Pals,
and mine. I went to art school with him. Flipside magazine was the LA punk scene magazine back in the 70s and 80s and stuff. And he was the cartoonist.
80s.
And I introduced him to you as a punk rock artist, thinking, oh, you might be
Right.
impressed or something, you know.
Well, yeah, he was a great
He
guy.
knows Jamie Reed. He doesn't need to meet anyone else.
All right, at that
And
point,
the
I'm meeting
Southern
Fred Tomaselli.
And
I-
Edwin.
Yeah. Oh, you
And
know
then I said,
that?
and then he
course.
turned into a
And
famous
Jamie as
artist
well.
after that, because now he sells his
very
paintings
famous, yeah.
for over $1 million each
Wow.
at auctions.
I'm in the wrong
Southern
game.
prison. Yeah, he switched. He switched from being a punk rock cartoonist to like a famous artist.
You know, I was the
Anyway, he
New
was-
York correspondent for Slash, which was in LA.
Oh, that was a
punk
great one,
magazine.
which Gary Panner was the art
Slash
director
magazine,
for.
yeah.
Yeah, it became a record label
Yeah,
as well.
okay. So you've only heard about it. Okay, you cleared up the whole discussion.
Yeah, we didn't get that in England, Flipside
You
magazine.
didn't get it.
It's
And
also
you
later.
Well, we would have understood it, but
also
it
would
just,
have understood,
It's
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
we would have understood
It's
it.
some of
yeah.
the stuff that rose in the rubble of your big fiasco.
Yes, probably.
I mean, in the United States, it has legendary status.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
I will look it up when I get home.
Yeah, that's long.
And as Glen knows, legendary status really pays the rent.
All right, so we know.
I've
All
read
right,
a
so
New
let's get
York
back to
rocker.
titling this painting. Walter, do you have a title?
Super ego.
Love it.
Well, she's contemplating what she's done and what she's going to do with the rest of her life, so I'm going to use what you just said, legendary status.
Legendary status. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Status.
Carlo, can you top that?
The naked truth.
That's good. Beautiful.
That's a
Although
good
she's
one.
not totally naked.
Naked
She doesn't
enough.
have to be
The
herself.
half-naked truth.
The half-naked truth. That's even better.
The half-naked truth. You want to go with that, Carlo?
I think so. I
Can
think
I
that's
buy
really Glen's, but
The Half-Naked Truth by CARLO McCORMICK for $20. Quite possibly, very possibly.
Naked
And yours
truth.
was
Come
the
on, naked
Legendary
truth.
status.
Legendary
That's good
Status
also.
by Glen Matlock. Nope. And Walter, your best title was?
View to a kill.
View to a Kill.
thrill.
View to a Thrill by Walter Robbins. No, I'm going to buy Carlo's title. Thank you. Brilliant,
I
brilliant.
really should split this with you.
I'll let it go.
That's actually a good title. Oh my God.
Were you impressed with my dance move?
Oh
Okay,
my
so
God.
for $20,
Tomato to plenty.
very, that's correct. Lisa
Oh,
Rose.
You remember the Screamers, right?
Certainly not.
Question was, which Which punk rock singer did I get my dance moves
yeah,
from?
it's Tomato. That's it.
Did you know Tomato de Plante?
No, he's just been telling me about
Tomato.
The
You're not
Screamers,
that
they were the
Tomato.
shit. They
You-
didn't. They
the
never really
Screamers.
recorded or anything, but they were so good. Really seminal group.
Well, now I know all about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, the problem is you can't go out and get the record because they never made one.
No, but we don't need to when Mark does it
That's
so
true.
well.
That's so great that you, yeah. that you- Oh yeah, I've heard
Can I
of
try
him.
the one which didn't get voted on
What?
before? Because I was so fond of my title, the other Egyptian one
Bring
I had.
it back, Wilfredo.
Fair away, but so close.
Oh, you
or
want to
is
use it
that-
for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
For
it's
$50.
like, I'm getting groans, right? No,
Who,
skip it.
who can title this Egyptian-themed picture of two dancers in front of a sphinx? And there's more to the story.
Oh, okay. What's
Is that
that
a
Does anyone know?
marijuana leaf?
Why this stylized futurist smoke is emerging from beneath the sphinx?
Wow. I don't know.
Why is he?
Because, good, thank you for asking. Because,
Fill me
because
in,
there are
Mark.
treasures deep below the sphinx. And they're protected by gases. And if you go down there and try to get those treasures,
Yeah.
you'll die from the poisonous
The curse
gas.
of the mummy stuff, yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Now you know.
What's that circle thing?
Yeah, what's the circle thing?
Lisa.
Yes.
And there's rust over here. A nice little turquoise touch.
Okay, can I try one off
Yes,
that?
you can.
The treasure within.
Very good. Double meaning. Glenn, your title is? Wait, I have one more question for Glenn Matlock.
Right, go on. What is it?
Who was more important, the Ramones or the Sex
The
Pistols?
Sex Pistols, of course. And you noticed how I am in New York, and I said that quite
Yeah, and I
unabashedly.
couldn't believe, like, you know, that he could come here and still be wrong. It's like,
But
how
punk really
clueless can he be?
started in New York with the Ramones.
you know
No,
what-
it started with the Dolls in New York, but that's all right.
Were they a
That's-
punk band? I thought
both
they
of them were
a-
better.
A glam trash band.
Someone asked me to do a painting with punk rock imagery in it, and I did. They said put mohawks in it,
Safety pins.
and my brother Paul, who's a punk guy, he said no, mohawks. That was a British thing. That's not. I did do American punk.
Right.
And I thought, oh no, mohawks are universal among punks. And Paul told me, no, that's the British trying to look
Well,
like
they can't. It was a bit of a Johnny
Wait, I didn't finish the
Come
sentence. He said, that's the British punks trying to look like American Indians.
Maybe so, but they never did at the time. It was a thing that came later on.
That was later.
I think
the
the
idea
whole
of punk was
motif
to-
for British punk is a safety pin.
But some people argue that the Ramones created punk rock.
Well, they can do, but they're wrong.
But they're wrong, because you did.
No, but I tell you what, when the Ramones came to London for the first time, us as the Sex Pistols went to see them,
Yeah.
and nobody had kind of made any records. So although we was aware of each other, nobody had heard each other's music, and we was both equally taken aback by how close musically everybody was. And I think everybody got fed up with the same set of influences at the same time.
But
So
you're
there
saying
you
you were basically first and better.
We was the first in England, but we was better. Yeah,
You was first and
I've got to say that I got to fly the flag for Great Britain.
Well, and you're
But I love
you're
the
flying
Ramones.
that flag. But you've made peace with the American punks. You performed with Tommy Ramone
Yeah, we
just a few nights ago.
we did that and we smoked pipe of peace. Yes.
Okay, great,
Metaphorically.
wonderful. I've learned so
'Cause
much
you
about
can't
music
smoke
history
indoors
today.
anywhere
What
these
should we
days.
call this painting? Speaking of,
We got 3 titles.
We got
okay,
three
let's vote on
titles.
them. Carlo, your best title is
The treasure within.
The Treasure Within. Genius. Can I buy that for $20? I would
Yes.
like to. 4 people say I shouldn't, but I quite possibly will, unless Glenn Matlock's title blows everyone away.
Well,
and
I
it
did
is.
have
pretty good.
Sphinx for the memories, and
You want to
they
stick
did
with that?
raise the titles.
Sphinx for the Memories by Glenn Matlock, who got a lot of support. Walter Robinson.
I'm not even giving mine.
God.
Come on.
What, canoodling on the Nile?
Canoodling on the Nile by Walter Robinson. I'm buying Carlo's title. Thank you. $50. $50. $50.
Oh, I won both big rounds. That's so good.
Yes. Good. Okay.
What a rarity. I never win the big
This is the one I'm donating to the Children of Chernobyl charity. The organizers feel that many of their attendees will want to buy this for their daughter.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So it has Istanbul in the background. Not necessarily, but for me that's Istanbul. There's a cat, there's a woman. Justin Bieber needs a title. I've already signed it. It's going to be picked up Sunday. Wow. You're so impressed, really?
Turkish.
Turkish, Justin Bieber, the cosmos in his clothing.
What makes it Istanbul for you? Why? 'Cause of the
Skyline.
Well, you know, you're totally right, Glenn.
Well, I asked a question.
You're right, because I did another painting like this, where I had Istanbul, and I thought, oh, it must be here too, but that's kind of like generic magical architecture. So it's not really Istanbul. There's a boat.
Fantasy.
It's not about Istanbul. It's more about fantasy. Yes, this the woman with the cat.
Desire.
Desire, yeah. Any titles to propose? What is it, Carlo? Carlo has one.
Playing softly.
Beautiful. Glenn, you don't play softly, but you can respect other people's approaches, right?
I can do, yeah. But don't know, he seems quite contented there, and she's stroking a cat, so I got perfect.
Perfect.
Hey.
Okay, Walter.
Look, I have it written down right here. Perfect love.
Perfect love. Perfect love or perfect
But
love?
I would not change the spelling of perfect. I would let that happen in the viewer's mind.
Okay.
Or maybe just do it like
Perfect
Radical.
love. Yes, in the back row. Sam Parker.
True believer.
That's good. That's good.
It's too punny.
Oh, I got one.
Yes. Over here, you got one.
Duet for one.
That's profound. Duet for one. Can I buy that for $20?
Yes.
Yes, $20 from Carlo McCormick. Brilliant. That's great, Carlo. Great.
Really bad at that first.
Now we're talking. Both were great. Both were great.